Just like that. Hold on. Let me get this puppy here. Barbecue. Came to pick you up.
Oh, you're on this run.
3 a.m.
Hey, go back to Jesse.
I already did.
My heart is with you, Tommy.
Hello
And
guys,
Ellie.
welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to give my review on The Last of Us season 2. Yes, I haven't done and gotten an opportunity to do it yet, but I finally got the time to go ahead, go watch and to see what it was giving. I feel like season 2 is way better than season 1. I feel like season 1 did a pretty good job in breaking down the whole storyline, but just to see season 2 be here and also have this whole amazing, queer love interest, situationship going on between Danny and Ellie just makes the storyline and the series even better in my personal opinion. But before we get into further details and discuss, everything that I've seen so far, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you so much once again for all the love and all the support, because really all the love and all the support you guys been giving doesn't go unnoticed. So let's get right into further details and not waste any time. So basically, the main focus for this video will just to discuss the relationship of Danny and Ellie. I will be breaking down a little bit of everything that also happened when it comes to Ellie and her relationship with Joe. Because if you guys don't know, during season 1, things between the two kind of left off on a very hard way. So moving forward to season 2, you can basically see that Ellie has a very strong grudge against Joe, even though she loved Joe with everything that she has before, the man who took care of her, protected her, and all of that. She still has a big grudge on him. So moving forward to season 2, you can see that they are basically disconnected. Joe is getting therapy to get better, but in this case, Ellie also has her own ways, and she basically, keeps her distance from Joe. So as the season goes on, you can see that Dina in this case come in the picture as Ellie's best friend, the one person that can talk to Ellie without her getting aggressive, getting angry. Said one person that can basically make sure that Ellie is in check, and Ellie see where she's wrong and see where she's right, like a best friend all the time. And in this case, Dina, she also has a pretty good relationship with Joe, because Joe also cared a lot for her. So moral of the story, Dina and Ellie, they are best friends that later on they become closer and closer, after the unfortunate passing, in this case, of Joe. So what happened? So basically, like I said, Ellie doesn't need no introduction. She's the main character on season 2. She goes on a revenge path to revenge the elimination of Joe after his life got taken away right in front of her eyes by another group of enemies, especially Abby, since she was the one who eliminated, in this case, Joe, right in front of, in this case, Ellie. And obviously, Danny was also there, but she didn't witness him getting eliminated because she was put into sleep. But she did catch some very important information that will later on, help Ellie to figure out who was the group of people who have done that, in this case, to Joe. So later on, after the elimination of, Joe, Ellie went to the hospital because she was also injured. She went to the hospital and she was in the hospital for basically 3 months. So after she left the hospital, Dina in this case, finally came to her and told her, hey, like, when you were in the hospital, I wasn't very honest to you regarding, everything that I saw that night. And this is basically what happened. So basically she drew like the logo of the group that is in charge of, the situation that happened to Joe. She also told her like the names of the people and everything. So that was the moment that Ellie have decided to go on a revenge path. So she went to the, how can we say, to the council of the city to ask permission to go on revenge, but obviously that request was denied. And since Dina already know how Ellie was, she already knew that Ellie wouldn't take, a no as an answer. So she has decided to join, Ellie to go on this revenge path together with some help that they got from someone that's also, agreeing with their plan. So as the two basically go on this route to go find revenge for Joe and to go eliminate the people that did that to Joe in this case, the two start to bond on a very different level. But prior to that, in season 2, episode 1, you can basically see that during this whole, New Year's Eve event, the two basically had a dancing moment and they shared a kiss. But obviously, Ellie didn't take it very seriously because, in this case, Dina, she had a little bit too much to drink and she also had a little bit too much to drink. So it was just like a moment thing. But you can already see the chemistry between the two on an intimate level, during that dance moment. So later on, moving forward to, episode 3, you can basically see that while they were on this journey, they were in a tent. And there is when Dina finally asks Ellie about the kiss, basically telling her like, hey, what would you rate the kiss that we had? And Dina basically gave her like, in this case, Ellie gave her a 6. And obviously Dina wasn't happy with that, but they found a way to, to laugh about it. And also you can also see that in this case, Dina, she has this on and off relationship with, in this case, Jess, who's also like her boyfriend, who's also Ellie's friend. So, she also doesn't want to be with, obviously, Dina because of him, but also they are very, very good friends and she doesn't want to ruin their friendship. So it's like you having a crush on your best friend, but your best friend has a boyfriend who they are on and off with, but you don't want to tell her your true feelings because you don't want to ruin your friendship, but also at the same time, you feel like your friend also likes you, but she's also confused because she never had been with a woman before, and basically you were like the first girl she kissed, and you are her best friend. So there's a whole lot of emotions that goes on with that. Currently, I am, on season 2, episode 3. So I know there's still a lot that I have to watch to understand what will happen between the two. But while I was on, episode 3, I actually saw something very interesting, at the end of episode 3. The fact that Dina vomited, I felt like she might be pregnant. I don't know. If it's the case, let me know. And if it's not, please don't spoil it for me because I really do feel like the fact that she vomited and the face she made after might indicate that she might be pregnant from Jesse, but we don't know, what is going to happen. If that's actually the case, I might be wrong, but that's just according to my, my understanding as a viewer. So yes, guys, I do feel like this two will come together. I just feel like the connection, the chemistry is too strong just to be friends. The way they look at each other, the way they care for each other, the way they support one another, the way Dina knows how to get to Ellie, the way Ellie knows how to comfort Dina is just a lot. And you can also see that Dina is a person that Ellie needs a lot, especially after losing Joe. So it's way more than just a friendship, than just a romantic connection. It's like really an amazing bond that the two have. So hopefully, the writers don't ruin this one for us. I feel like they have a lot of potential, but like I said, we will have to wait until the end of the season to see what is going to happen, and hopefully there will be, in this case, a season 3 as well. So if you guys don't know, it is actually available to watch on Prime Video and HBO Max, and also Movistar Plus, if I'm not mistaken. I will highly recommend you also go ahead and go watch it. And let me tell you, season 2 is giving everything, not only their, romance, relationship, friendship, but everything in general, the acting, the drama, everything is just delivering. I will definitely rate it a strong 9 out of a 10. Or maybe, I will wait until the end of the season. So yes, guys, that's basically it. That's basically it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Once again, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and go ahead and go watch The Last of Us season 2 because it's 100% not disappointing at all.